In 1994, a young man drove across the United States. He had just quit a well-paying job on Wall Street. His boss thought he was making a mistake. His colleagues thought he was throwing away his future. But the man had a rule, a simple rule he had decided to live by. And that rule told him to keep driving. That man was Jeff Bezos. And that drive led him to start Amazon. Welcome back to Gentle Wisdom. Jeff Bezos is the founder of Amazon, one of the largest companies ever created. Today, we explore the one rule that guided his greatest decisions, and why this rule might be the most useful thing you learn this week. By the end of this video, you will understand how long-term thinking changes everything, and how you can apply it starting today. So, let's get into it. Chapter 1: The Rule. Jeff Bezos has spoken about his decision-making approach many times. The rule is simple. Think long-term. Always. Most people make decisions based on what feels right today. What avoids discomfort now? What looks good to others this week? Bezos made decisions based on what would matter in 10 years. When Amazon launched, it lost money for years. Wall Street criticized him. Investors doubted him. Analysts said the business model would never work. Bezos did not change course. He had asked himself one question: will this matter in 10 years? And the answer was yes. Short-term pain, long-term gain. That was always the rule. Brad Stone documented this approach in The Everything Store. What became clear was that Bezos was not just building a company. He was thinking about who Amazon could become decades before anyone else saw it. This is what separates long-term thinkers from everyone else. They are not reacting to today. They are building tomorrow. Chapter 2: The Regret Minimization Framework. When Bezos was deciding whether to leave his comfortable Wall Street job, he used a simple tool. He called it the Regret Minimization Framework. He imagined himself at age 80, looking back on his life. And he asked one question: will I regret not trying this? The answer was yes. If he never tried, he would always wonder. And that regret would stay with him forever. But if he tried and failed, he could live with that. Failure is temporary. Regret is permanent. So he quit his job. He drove across the country. He built Amazon in a garage. Consider Clara, a learner who has wanted to speak English for years. She is comfortable in her current life. Learning feels difficult and slow. Some days she thinks, maybe I am just not talented enough. But Clara imagines herself at 80, looking back, and she asks, will I regret never really trying? The answer changes everything. Short-term pain, long-term gain. That was always the rule. Chapter 3: How Long-Term Thinking Works. So, what makes long-term thinking so powerful? It removes emotion from decision-making. Short-term thinking is emotional. When something is difficult today, we want to stop. When progress is slow, we feel discouraged. When others judge us, we feel embarrassed. But long-term thinking is strategic. It asks not how do I feel right now, but where am I going? This is especially important for English learners. In the short term, studying every day can feel slow, uncomfortable. You make mistakes. You forget words. Progress seems invisible. But in the long term, the person who studies every day for 2 years becomes someone completely different. The pathway is built. The language becomes natural. James Clear writes about this in Atomic Habits. Small consistent actions, done daily, create compound growth. The results are not visible at first, but they're accumulating. every single day. The solution is simple. Stop measuring yourself by today. Measure yourself by the direction you are moving. Are you moving toward the person you want to become? Then you are already winning. 2 futures. Picture Clara 5 years from now. If she stops because today feels hard, she is still in the same place. Still wishing she spoke English. Still wondering what might have been. The regret is quiet, but it is there. Now, consider Clara if she applies the Bezos rule. If she asks, "Will I regret not trying?" 5 years later, she speaks. Not perfectly, but confidently. She has built something real, one day at a time. Same person. Same starting point. Different question. 5 years from now, which version of you will exist? Short-term pain. Long-term gain. That was always the rule. Identity upgrade. You do not need to build a company. You do not need to change the world. But you can apply the same rule to your English, to your habits, to your life. Ask yourself, will I regret not doing this? If the answer is yes, begin. Not tomorrow. Now. Every small step is a vote for the person you are quietly becoming. You are becoming. Rising hope ending. Jeff Bezos drove across the country with no guarantee of success. He just asked one question. And he trusted the answer. You can do the same. What would your 80-year-old self tell you to do today? Listen to that voice. It already knows the way. The long-term version of you is waiting. And every step you take today brings that person closer. What you decide now is already shaping who you will become. If this story stayed with you, a like and subscribe means a lot. And feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Protect your attention, train your mind, and keep becoming.